What's going on, everybody? It's Donnie G Buckets here. We're about to get into this because I feel like I had to make a video about this because the way that they pick the All-Star reserves is so wrong, and so many people get snubbed, and it always seems like it's the wrong people end up making it. Let's start with it happened in both conferences, but let's start with the East first. So the East reserves: Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Ben Simmons, Bam Adebayo, Domantas Sabonis, Jason Tatum, and Chris Middleton. All right. So the main person that I'm talking about in the East that got left off, people want to say D Rose and stuff like that, but Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is averaging 28 points. 28.8 points, so basically 29 points. 4 rebounds and 6 assists. And he is not in the All-Star game. Let's go to let's go to Sabonis stats. 18, 12 and 4. Okay, it's pretty solid numbers, correct? But it's not 29, 4 and 6. It's not that. Bam Adebayo, what's his stats? 15 and 10. 15 and 10. Okay. Yep. All right. And now you're going to say it's not all about stats. It's not all about stats. It's the All-Star game. The best player should make it in. It shouldn't be based on, well, their team is in second place in the East. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be based on wins. It should be the best players in that conference should be making it. And now, actually, I'll get into this other thing when we get to the Western Conference so that you can see both of them. But yeah, so Bam Adebayo and Sabonis, they're great players. I just don't think they should be above Bradley Beal. Now, if you might say, well, they're the two big men, they have to be in. Okay. Well, if you want to look at someone else other than those two, let's look at Kyle Lowry stats. Let's look at Kyle Lowry stats. Let's look at Kyle Lowry stats. 19 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. And he's shooting worse than Bradley Beal was. Bradley Beal is shooting about 45% from the field. He's averaging 10 more points than Kyle Lowry, the same amount of rebounds, and 1 less assist. How is Kyle Lowry in there over him? And I'll tell you why. It's just because his team's better. That's literally the only reason, because his team's better, and it should be like that. That's because the coaches, they're like, oh, well, the way we look at it is their team's so much better. He's a great effect on his team. But we're talking about the All-Star game. It should be like the Pro Bowl. The best player should make it in no matter what. I'm pretty sure the Jets won like 3 games, and Jamal Adams was still made the Pro Bowl, and he was a starter, even though they won like 3 games. It shouldn't be based on wins. It should be based on the best players in it. So one year, if LeBron's team, it'll never happen. But one year, say LeBron's team is 15th in the West or something. You tell me LeBron not gonna make the All Star game just because his team's bad? It makes no sense. Now all these players are having great seasons. You know, Jimmy Butler, he's probably the second best guard in the West right now, maybe. Or okay, if you don't want to call him a guard, he's one of the best players in the East. I meant not West, in the East. Kyle Lowry, he's having a good season. He's having a decent season, but he shouldn't be there over Bradley Beal. Ben Simmons is having a great season he's had a great season since Embiid's been out. But other than that, it was been pretty mediocre. But he's starting to play better now. Chris Middleton, he's doing what he does. He's the Robin to Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's like the perfect fit for Giannis. Perfect duo. Jason Tatum, best player on the Celtics. I thought it would have been Kemba, but now it's Jason Tatum. He's been going crazy. Him, Jaylen Brown, and Kemba. I think they got like 5 players that are averaging over 12 points a game. It's crazy. Sabonis, he's playing great too. Don't get it wrong, he's playing great. But I don't think he's playing better than Bradley Beal. Bam Adebayo's he's playing straight, but he's putting up numbers that a starting center should be putting up, 15 and 10. He's putting up just regular numbers. That's the East. I feel like Bradley Beal, he should be in there over Kyle Lowry. He should be in there over Sabonis, and he should be in there over Bam Adebayo. But I guess they're big men, so he should just be in there over Kyle Lowry and Ben Simmons, to me, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and go over to the West. This is where it gets messed up, because you might say, let's go back to the East. The East has 2 centers, right? 2 centers. They have 1, 2, 3 forwards and 2 guards, if you want to call Ben Simmons a guard. 2 guards, 3 forwards, 2 centers. The West has 4 point guards, not just regular guards. They got 4 6'3" guards, two, 3-6-3 guards, and then a 6-foot guard. They have one forward and two centers. So don't say that Bradley Beal can't get in there because they need those two centers, because that's not how they did the format. If they have three forwards, two guards, and two centers, and then this one has four guards, one forward, and two centers, like it doesn't add up. But let's go to the West. Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard, who's been going crazy by the way. He's looking like MVP candidate, but I think his team's just not good enough to win MVP. But Chris Paul, he's playing way better. The OKC Thunder, they're playing way better than I thought they would have, to be honest. But let's see, Rudy Gobert, Davis Player of the Year. I don't think he's a front runner right now. I think Anthony Davis is, but he's playing great. Russell Westbrook, he stepped up when James Harden has like been horrible, shooting 1 for 18 every game. But Russell Westbrook stepped up. Not really a big Russell Westbrook fan because I feel like he's a stat chaser, but he's been playing great for the Rockets. Ingram's been playing great, even though their team is trash. He's been playing great, but since Zion's been back, he hasn't really been playing the same way. But that's expected because Zion's going to be dropping like 20 points a game. And Jokic, in my opinion, the best center, not best big man because I think it's Anthony Davis, but best center in the West is Jokic. So the players that I'm going to be talking about right now is Karl Anthony Towns and Devin Booker. See, now the way you got to look at this, you just got to go through the players and say, is this player better than that player? Is Devin Booker better than Donovan Mitchell? Yes. Is he having a better season than Donovan Mitchell? Yes. He should be there over Donovan Mitchell. Is he having a better season than Damian Lillard? No. Is he better than Damian Lillard? No. So Damian Lillard can stay. Is Devin Booker having a better season than Chris Paul? Yes. Is Devin Booker is he better than Chris Paul? Yes. Let's look at the stats. Devin Booker, 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. Similar stats. Very similar stats to Bradley Beal. And they both got snubbed, and they got some of the best stats in the league. Let's look at Chris Paul's stats. Chris Paul, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Devin Booker is almost averaging the same amount of assists as Chris Paul, a past first point guard, while scoring 27 points a game, scoring 10 more points than him, 1 less rebound, and the same amount of assists. How is that shooting a better field goal percentage? How is that possible? He's efficient with it. Devin Booker should be in there over Chris Paul. Russell Westbrook. I'm not sure that Devin Booker is better than Russell Westbrook as of right now, but in the beginning of the season, I would say he was. Let's take a look at who was I talking about? Russell Westbrook. Russell, he should pop up. Yeah, damn, he's been in the league for 11 years. 26, 8, and 7. See, I can't really say that it's not all about stats again, but Russell Westbrook been playing. Actually, I think Devin Booker might be playing better, but Russell Westbrook's team is better, so I guess that's why they gave it to him or something. I don't know. So I guess that's like a null. So these two can stay. Brandon Ingram. Is Devin Booker having a better season than Brandon Ingram? Let's look. 24, 6, and 4. Devin Booker is averaging 27, 4, and 6. I would say Devin Booker's playing better, and he's shooting a better field goal percentage. And his player efficiency rating is 1 point higher. Now he does, and he, on top of that, I didn't even peep this. On top of that, look at Devin Booker's win shares. Look at Brandon Ingram's win shares. So they can't say it's because of wins. They can't say it because the Suns suck, because the Pelicans suck too. Look, Devin Booker is almost 50, 40, 90. He's almost 50, 40, 90. Think about that. Almost 50, 40, 90 with 27 points a game. How is he not in? That doesn't make sense. So Devin Booker should be in there over Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, and Brandon Ingram, at least. Now, I'm just going to leave it there because they're guards. But I have something for the centers too. Because they have 4 guards in there. That doesn't make sense to me. Why is there 4 guards? They can put another forward in there. Like Paul George maybe, but he's missed a lot of games, so let's not say him. Paul George and Karl Anthony Towns. Now, they might say, hey, Karl Anthony Towns, he hasn't played that much. He's only played 31 games out of like 50 that's been in the NBA so far. Correct, he's missed a bunch of games. But let's look at Kawhi Leonard. I just butchered his name. All right. Kawhi Leonard has played 6 more games than Karl Anthony Towns, and he made it as an All-Star starter. He's only played 6 more games than him. Karl Anthony Towns is averaging 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's looking like the best, one of the best centers in the West. If it's not him, it's Jokic. He's playing like one of the best centers in the league. Kawhi Leonard, 27, 7 and 5. Karl Anthony Towns, 27, 10 and 4. Karl Anthony Towns is averaging almost the same amount of points as Kawhi Leonard, almost the same amount of assists, and more rebounds than Kawhi Leonard. But Kawhi Leonard's a starter, and he's shooting 46% from the field. Karl Anthony Towns is averaging. He's shooting 40% from three. Think about that. A center, 40% from three. He's in the 50, 40, 80 club as a big man. As a big man. Look at his player efficiency rating. It's a 27.6. It's a 27.6, bro. Like, come on. A 27.6. Kawhi Leonard's lower. Win shares, 5.3. Karl Anthony Towns, 4.8. And the Timberwolves suck. But he almost has... Dude, this doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't make sense. And you can't say that they need to add... Like, then what is up with the amount of guards that they have? They got 4 guards. Where are the forwards? They have 1 forward. And then 2 centers. How does that make sense? You might say Donovan Mitchell is a shooting guard. He's 6'3". He's guarding point guards, basically. That's all I got to say about this. So many players got snubbed this year. Bradley Beal, Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker. I don't know. They need to fix this. They need to fix the way that they do the All-Star reserves. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I just needed to get that off my chest because it really pissed me off. But it's Don G Buckets. Until the next video, I'm out.